Well, hello, YouTube channel. This is N7MKY David, and I'm bringing you a short video on the Yaesu 991 Alpha with regards to WiresX. If you're on your radio and you have your frequency programmed in for your WiresX repeater, you simply go into your F key and select your X button to connect to WiresX. Once you have successfully handshaked with the repeater, you'll get that beep, and you'll have a display showing the repeater that you're connected to and the room that the repeater is currently on. To change this room to something else on the repeater, you can do a search by doing all, which will bring up all of the active nodes and sort them in how many nodes are connected to that particular node. America Link is usually the number one, as in this example, we show 122 nodes connected to America Link, and if you press that button, you'll be connected to America Link. If you hit the back button, you'll be on the same room that the repeater is on, and if you know the room node, you can go into Search and Direct and go to ID and put that number in. The N7MKY monkey room is 83624. Simply hit enter and you're connected. If you wanted to go to a different one, let's say the N7LGN repeater, that would be 83066. Enter. The repeater goes out, shakes hands with that particular room if the room is available, and connects you to that room. If the room is not accepting calls, you will get that offline error. Simply hit back to Search and Direct, put in the room 83624 for the monkey room, hit enter, and now we're connected back to the monkey room, the N7MKY monkey room. If you know or want to search for particular rooms, you can take it out of direct mode and simply type in the first few letters. So in this example, we're going to search for any rooms or nodes that say Texas. Hit enter. And now we get a list of all the nodes that have Texas in it. Texas Nexus is one of the top listed ones with 48 nodes connected to it. And now we're connected through the N7MKY repeater to the room Texas Nexus. If you're on somebody's repeater and you want to just get out of WiresX and leave the repeater on that room, simply hit your back button. This takes you out of WiresX mode. You can return to your function menu and you can change bands or modes. If you forgot and want to go back in and change the repeater back to the room that it was originally on prior to your usage, simply go into your F menu again, hit your WiresX button. You shake hands with the repeater. As you can see, you left it on Texas Nexus. Go into Search, change it to the ID if you know it, or if you don't know the ID, simply go into N7MKY. Hit enter. And there are the two N7MKY rooms. This one's hooked up to an FT3D. This is the room for N7MKY. And now I've reattached to the room. At this point, I can hit back. My radio is completely out of WiresX mode now, and I can go about my business knowing that the repeater was left on the room that I found it on once I went into that repeater. Going back into WiresX mode and handshaking with the repeater again, if you hit disconnect, that not only disconnects the room from the repeater, but it doesn't disconnect your radio, as you can see. So now the repeater is left on just an empty spot and no room. If the repeater is programmed with a return to home, the repeater will automatically go back to the home that it was designated, or the room that it was designated. Hit your back button, you're out of WiresX mode, and you can go about your business again. Hitting the F key again, hitting WiresX. I'm reconnected, and as you can see, the repeater was programmed to go back to the monkey room if somebody disconnected. If I wanted to make a room a favorite, I'll go into Search and Direct, go into Texas again, hit Enter. I will choose Texas Nexus. I'm connected, and if I press and hold favorite, it'll ask me to delete favorites if I press and hold it, so you can only have 5 favorites. Or if I have an available slot for favorites, I just hit favorite. And it'll ask me if I want to add it to my favorites by selecting the room. Add to favorites. And now it's in my favorites. So if I hit my favorites button again, now you see it's my 5th favorite. Now let's say I don't want any of these rooms as favorites, or I want to delete a specific one. Just hit back, press and hold favorite, scroll down to the one that you want to remove, hit select. It'll confirm that you want to delete it, and now that space is available for your favorites. Heading back again returns you to the WiresX, connectivity to the N7MKY repeater in the Texas room. I don't want to leave it in that room. I want to be a good hammer operator, so I'm simply going to go in and hit Search and Direct, go to ID, put in the N7MKY monkey room 83624, hit Enter. Now it's back in the monkey room. I'm going to hit back. I'm finished with my WiresX. So I'm simply just going to power off my radio and leave the repeater happy. Hopefully this video helped you. N7MKY73. Please like, subscribe, and I'll keep producing videos.